Hello. Let's get started. I don't know how long I'll be doing today. I feel rough, but I don't. It's kind of annoying. I just drank a whole can of energy drink. I haven't had an energy drink, a full sugar one, in a while. I'm probably still having an energy drink every week and a half, like sugar-free one, like 0-calorie ones. But it had none in the store, and I kind of wanted one before stream to get a bit more energy. Like, just when I was like, the science was perfect. It's just like work lunch, school lunch, lunch. The scene is taking a long time to load. I think it's the right one. What I should do, for those of you who don't know how to do it, it's a good thing I can show you. I work at home. Ah, right. So do I. This has to be the latest one, right? So if you want the scene to load up, so I've definitely made the scene brighter. That's kind of brighter here now. Why does it say bright there? See that? That one was extra bright. Anyone I go down though, look at that. Like, Lumen is so weird. If you don't see the spot it bounces from, it doesn't bounce. It's very strange. I don't even mind it necessarily being that bright, but... Oh, I'm not sure my screen comes. Apparently my mic is not very good.
There you go. That should be a bit better now. I hope. Does that sound better, guys? I might need to be a bit louder. I was using my fancy mic, but it's over there because I'm using a fan. Yeah, I had a feeling I was a bit quiet. That should sound a bit better. Should be a bit louder now. I'm glad someone here was here to tell me. I've streamed in front of like 10 to 15 people before, and nobody, like an hour in, someone's like, "Oh, the mic's not very good." I'm like, "I think I purposely streaming with a bad mic." Thank you for telling me, though. My chair's breaking. The wheel was like come off for some reason. I do sit on it every single day. So, like, for 8+ hours. So, I can't really blame it. Yeah, so if you actually want to load up, I'll show you guys. If you want to load up a scene, I think it's project settings. You go into map or something in maps. I'm just going to write map. Default maps on the maps and modes. What is that? Not a... The project. Maps and modes, yes, so be in here. If you want to load up a specific scene on launch or for game default as well, so if you launched a game, it will run that one. All you got to do is... Oh, I've broken one chair. Like, I've had chairs sort of break over time. Like, not break, not like thingy. Like, well, once I've had it break, like, falling off it. The last chair I got, I had to send back after, like... Well, I'd send back instantly, but it took them a month to pick it up. And then it took them another month to give me my money back. The backboard on it was just broken. I was like, why does the back, like, bend in the middle? And then I felt the back of it, like, when I went behind it, and I was like, it snapped. So I was like, this is a broken chair. So I didn't break that one. It was already broken. Before that, I would have had another one of those chairs because I like those chairs, but I don't like the company anymore because of how horrible customer service they were. They were awful. Probably the worst customer service I've ever experienced. The fact that it took a month to finally get them to pick up a broken chair that he sent me, and then another month to get their money back, something like that. Mine has recently just started to squeak. I've only had this one for like a year and a half, something like that, year and 3 months. I don't mind replacing chair. It was 80 quid. 80 quid a year and a... If it was a year and a half, that's not that bad, you know? After 10 of those, that's 15 years. So £800 on chairs over 15 years. I wouldn't consider that a bad use of money. To be fair, chairs are going to get more expensive at that time anyway, but I went with mesh. I definitely think I'm going to go back to a padded one. Mesh was okay, but it definitely doesn't feel like it has a lot of support. Well, or not the fact that it doesn't feel like it has support, it's just not comfortable. I don't sit and go, comfy. It's sort of just like, like it just supports my back and that's it. I think it doesn't help that there is a little cloth bit at the back, or a little padded bit, and you lift it up. I don't know why I'm talking about chairs, but you lift it up. I can't even see it. I can just see it. My hand's like here, yeah? You can pull it up to sort of at the bottom of my thumb. You see that? But as soon as you start like moving and stuff, there's no lock on it. So it just slowly, after about 10 minutes, just drops back down and it's useless. Because it's all right when it's up, because if you sit back in it like that now, there's like some sort of support in the middle of my back and it's not too bad. It's quite hard. It's not like soft support. Wait, is it better when it's warm though? Wait, I can't remember when you said that. I've been sort of spewing a lot of information. But yeah, one chair I did proper break. I was in university 3rd year, and I was sitting there and sort of minding my own business, doing my thing. I was lighter then too. I put on weights. I was gonna say a significant amount, but is it significant? Maybe a couple extra stone. That was probably the lightest I was ever in 3rd year, because I was just working out a lot and eating kind of healthy. To breathe like stops you sweating. Wait, I feel like I've completely lost my train of thought to what that's referring to. Like, is it? Are you talking about my phlegmy throat? Did I mention that? I'm confused. But yeah. Anyways, so I was in 3rd year or whatever, and the chair just went dunk, and I was like, literally, it like half broke for a second, like dunk, and I was like, and then before I could really stand up or react, it went doosh, like collapsed on the ground. And I remember my mate Pars in the room that would be on like the opposite side of this wall. We're talking about chairs, but you said to breathe like stops you sweating. Oh, you're talking about the mesh. It like breathes. Sorry, I always find the term breathe when talking about material confuses me. Right. Yeah, you're saying it lets it breathe because it lets air. Maybe. But this room's hot anyway. There's not a flow of air coming through. There's one window and a closed door, so it's not like much air's passing through it to help with a hot back anyway. It's better than leather. Don't get me wrong. When I sit on leather, my back starts heating up a lot. Well, if it's a hot room, I personally think fabric breathes, or silk's probably my favorite, breathes really well. I thought I mentioned my throat, and you're talking about when it's warm. I was like, well, my throat's warm. Like, like, do I breathe better when it's what? But I would not recommend mesh if it's going to be a chair you're going to be spending most of your time in. I think I still am a little too loud. I'm seeing myself peek in the red. I mean, you guys can tell me, am I too loud? I think if you actually want comfort, in my opinion, this is the only mesh chair I've had though, so it's a bit of a biased opinion. But in my opinion, my favorite chair is silk material and a decent amount of padding. It's very comfortable, and if you're going to be sitting in it all day, I just think that's the way to go. If you're only going to be sitting in the chair 2 to 5 hours of the day, probably mesh is better because it's breathable, like Moderate said. And it's just like, I don't know, it's, you know, you're like, whatever, and it's just like, I don't really know how to explain it. It moves easily. Well, one of the was broken, so it doesn't move that easily anymore. And the base is pretty comfortable because that's still cushion, but it's very thin cushion. So I wouldn't say it's very, very comfortable. It's just a little comfy. Like I can still feel the hardness. Like my butt is kind of on a board, and not on padding. But if I rate this chair out of 10, it'd be a 6. If I rate my favorite chair of all time, it would probably be a 9. I used to describe my chair as sitting on a cloud because it was so comfortable. And everyone I told to sit on it completely agreed. And you know what? I miss being able to lean back. I love leaning. It's just what I do. I remember we had chairs in the kitchen, And the chair I always sat on, they were cheap metal chairs, right? Because we were just having some. My parents bought some. This was ages ago. Parents just bought some chairs that they wanted to have for a couple of months to replace it with a nice set. They just wanted something to be there because they hadn't long moved house. Everyone else's chair, the back board or the back, because it was like a board, like a black with black leather on it, board, and then on one side, so if you've got the board coming across here, one side a piece of metal and a piece of metal, and then a board was on it. I could probably just model it to describe it. I am a 3D modeler, so I don't need to do it with my hands. I can just show you. So they had like one of these chairs, right? Where it does that, and it's like sort of like that at the back. You've got like the cushion at the front. It's a bit wider than that. It was more like this. So you had the cushion at the front, hard backboard to it, and it was basically the same sort of thing for the actual chair. Like here, whatever. But then when it got to the back here, all it was like a metal bars, right? All right, one there, right? And then you had your feet, whatever. Everyone else's chair still looks like that after about 3 months, right? My chair, because I like to lean back, look like that. I'd bent it so much from leaning so heavily, I'd basically created my own lean, like, lounge chair. And the funny part was, because I'd essentially broken it, which is not broken, you could have probably bent its place. My parents sent it back and got their money back or something like that. And I was like, that's quite smart. Because obviously, it's like I said about headsets. Looks comfy that way. It was much comfier. I mean, I like to lean, so it's comfy for me. But I remember like sending headsets back. Because I remember when someone said to me, like, someone blamed me for breaking my own headset. Don't get me wrong, it's still my fault. But when I explain how I used to break my Kraken... I've broke 2 Kraken Razer headsets. And the way I broke them was, I think it was the left earpiece would basically just snap off. And it would just be hanging here. And it would always happen because I'd do this. You bend it a little bit, because you don't just, like, it doesn't, your ears forward, you know? Oh, wait, its stream died. Oh, what? It's fine for me. What was I saying? Yeah. So, like, obviously, when you take a headset off, you pull it a little bit. Now, I've got a fat head anyway. Like, look how much that, like, I have to have that open for to get on my head. But these Kraken headsets, I once did this and it just snapped. And I remember someone telling me, well, you broke it then. I got a free replacement. Because how was that my fault? It was fine for me. Oh. Moderate's internet and he's blaming me. But yeah, yeah, right? Like, how is that my fault? I'm lifting it off my head. Like, if I bend it all the way up here, sure, but it's just, And yeah, one of my friends like, well, it's your fault, you broke it. You know, you shouldn't do that with your headset. That's what it's designed for. That's what this part's designed for. It's supposed to bend. To stretch, take it off and put it on your head. Or just to go on fatter heads. Like my fat head. Like, I just thought it was such a weird comment. So why I tend to say I don't break things. They break on me. Right? Like, this chair, the wheel's broken. Did I break the wheel? I mean, to some people they might say yeah, but I don't consider that I broke it. It just sort of broke. It broke on me is usually my term for it. I said my headsets. It's just wear and tear. If you use something a million times and it's only supposed to be used a million times and it breaks, it's just wear and tear. I guess you still broke it, but it's supposed to happen. It's sort of the way I look at it. Oh. Uh-oh. Why is Blender not loading my... Uh-oh. What's happening? Blender's acting weird. What? My taskbar's acting weird. Uh-oh. What's going on? It's loaded up Blender 3 times. PC, are you okay? What's happened? Are you okay, buddy? Okay. I think we're fine. Streamlabs is very high power usage, though. Not high CPU, but very high power usage. Cool. Hey, Funky Pants, how's it going? You didn't hear my whole conversation about headsets and chairs. See, after a year, the Corsair Virtuoso, but you got to remember, I bet you do not use, maybe you do, but it used to work, so I doubt it. I use my devices, my chair, every day between 8 to 16 hours. Every day. Because people say this to me. I remember my friend, it wasn't Jack, saying to me, like, my headset's lasted me 5 years. And I was like, bro, you use it once a week. Of course it's lasted you that long. You know what I mean? I would be concerned if you've used it once a week and it's lasted 5 years, that means you used it 250 times. I've used it more than that in a year. And it's lasted me too. Like, I've used it essentially about 3 times more than that person's used in 5 years, and I've used in 2. Something like that. No, 7 years. Something like that. Things break. Like, people get really thingy about it. Like, oh no, I broke it, or what, blah, 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 blah. Like, sure, if you break something on the first day, you own it, the first week of the first month, yeah, but things break. It just happens. Why do you think Blender freeze like yours did 2 minutes ago every time we want to open it? I don't know. Does it do that every time? It didn't just freeze. It, like, my taskbar, clearly, you can't see my taskbar it's my other monitor. It wouldn't even register it was opening, which I don't usually see. It usually freezes because it's loading up so much. Like, look how much is in here. We've got, like, the whole house. Like, there's a lot for it to load. So that's understandable. But that didn't freeze like that. That froze in a very different way. So I have no idea. Over-ears are like these, right? Well, I never get... Is the other term in-ear headphones? Because surely that's not headphones anymore. That's earphones. Or am I thinking of a different thing? Oh, right. Funky, I just assume it's... Unless you're starting like a new Blender... If you're loading up like a scene, I assume it's just trying to load it up all into your cache and whatever. Like, it's trying to get it up. Yeah, that is the difference, right? You got what people consider in-ear headphones are basically just earphones. I mean, you can use whatever term you want. It's just... I never used to hear people say in-ear headphones. They used to say earphones. So when I hear it, I'm like... Like, when someone says to me headphones, I assume these. I don't assume any other type. Although, you got open back headphones... are they called open back? Where you can hear stuff through it. People really rate those. I've never had an open back headphones. Or a pair of them. It's been, what, 23 minutes and we haven't started anything. What do we want to do today? Draining rack? I've got to do Blender. I've got to do a draining rack. Let's get my reference up. Always use reference. Even if you look at Andrew Price. In fact, I could show you the video that I remember him doing. I probably could find it. Andrew Price lesson 1. No. Andrew Price tips. I remember, and the first thing he said, he was like, step 1. And I thought it was going to be like model or something like that. But he was like, always use reference. And he did a whole section on just using reference. And it's so true. Reference is very important. Then I got the answer to my question. Yeah. So if it's because you've got a lot of stuff in your scene, that'd be causing it. Which is perfectly normal. Or it could be memory leaks, but I doubt the first time you open it, if your computer's been turned on, it's going to be a memory leak. And I doubt Blender even has a significant memory leak. I could be wrong. I've not actually looked into that myself, but... I could have a memory leak right now because I've been doing 3D all day. I've opened Blender probably 4 different times. I've opened UE4 and UE5 multiple times. Sci-fi scene when more people start watching. I had 18 people vote on it, and I don't think we've reached 18 viewers ever. So for now, I'm just going to do a scene I'm enjoying until we get enough people to actually watch. I mean, I'd enjoy a sci-fi scene too, but it's not like I'm saying I wouldn't enjoy it. So we need to do a blender. So again, we want to make our stuff look like The Simpsons, right? But I also want it to look realistic. Now, one thing that's missing on the blender are buttons, but we could always put buttons somewhere on the design that they got. So let's start off with a cylinder. I'm only going to do probably 8 sides because I might smooth it. 16. Oh my god. What did I just do? 16. Jesus. Let's whoops. Let's start modeling it on its own, and we'll come back into the scene later. Let's not smooth for now. Let's just go flat. It is open source. Yeah. Well, it really depends, right? If someone adds something to it because open source and have not fully tested it, and it gets approved and it gets pushed as the update, you know, you never know. I know UE4 in the first like 2 years of it releasing had terrible memory leaks. For anyone who actually used UE4 back then, you'd agree with me. You'd be like, yeah, Steve, it was horrible because it was so bad. Actually, I just need to do this one. Actually, I could do that because we're probably going to smooth it. And we need a bevel first because we want to get those edges nice and sharp. Probably pull this in. Like this. Then they've got their actual blender, and it just sits on here. But if it sits on here, that means here is where the blade is. So technically, I should do this, and then we should have the blade inside there. Then the top part will sit in. Wait, the blade's in the blender part, right? Oh no, there has to be an old blender. So you just open the top, put it in, blend it, and then you'd pour it out like the whole. You'd pour out the whole device, wouldn't you? Because it'd be like a traditional blender. I think these need to be closer together, and we need a much wider interior to give it some room. So this is a point where I should actually be using a bit more reference. I'm only using The Simpsons as reference and basically trying to copy theirs and then think to myself what a blender would look like. But I could get a blender up right now to help me. But I think I'm doing all right without that. So I'm going to keep going. Hello from France. Oh, hey, man. I was going to say bonjour, but I feel like I don't know how, if I know how to say hello in that language, say hello in that language. So I'm going to say just, bonjour, man. Hello, France, great job. 4 stitches. Oh, thanks, man. Have you seen what it looks like so far? We've added more detail since maybe you'd have seen it. I'm not sure. You might have watched on my old ones. But with, I have to lower the quality because, annoyingly for stream, I got on 50%. For streaming it runs poorly. But yeah, I'm getting like minor details in. I'm getting like close up, like water effects on cans. We've got some micro detailing on the lever to make it a little bit more detailed when you're closer. Not greatly. You can see that it's still kind of low quality when you're close, but it's good enough. And we're doing the kitchen. And we've actually modeled the entire house, or at least the plan of it. Well, not upstairs. That's a lie. We've done all downstairs. So you can come through here, come through here, come through here. This would be the garage. Hey, lead anime. Wolf. Oh, Wolf. How's it going? And this will be the basement, which I haven't modeled yet. And then you've got whatever this room is. And then I think Maggie's like nursery or playroom that you almost never see in the show. And then actually in Blender, which I'm making a Blender, but like weirdly enough, that's quite funny. Which needs to be about here. We have actually got a lot of the models done. We just need to get them all in. Whoops. Whoa, how did I do that? I hit my numpad and I somehow isolated and focused. How did I do that? That was cool. How would you model a more complex sofa, couch, and Blender, by the way, if you can you show it to me? Yeah. I've modeled sofa's quite a few times, but I almost do it differently every time. So let's get some reference. Sofa. So first of all, find what sofa you want to model. Sure. That one. Put it on the stream so you can see it. Oh, I need to actually copy the image to my desktop. Oh, I drag the image to my desktop first. And then drag it in. Oh! There you go. Instantly sings Family Guy, but it's all what a family is standing behind. Alright, a couch. I was like, what am I doing? So let's go over here, give me some room. Oh yeah, I made these guys as well. And they're basically, oh, where are we? They are here. And I've got some in a pot right now. But they're not UV maps anyway, so I'll have to replace them probably in engine regardless. So let's come over here. So, couch. Find your couch first. Now, a couch is no different than modeling a lot of other shapes. Now, some couches are made... Not all couches are made equally. For example, this one's separated out into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 separate pieces. Now, I'll show you what pieces. So, one thing my friend does, which I don't do, but I should. Well, no, because it doesn't bother me too much, but I'll show you. So, one thing my friend does, and he actually said it to me the other day, do you do this, Steve? And I was like, no, I never do that, but I could. It doesn't bother me. I don't need to do it. And I'll show you what it is. I'm bigging it up like it's a really big thing. So, you know, I say always to separate your meshes into separate models. My friend will sometimes, to help himself out, he's going to be in the stream like, oh, why are you making it sound so weird, Steve? It's a really good idea. I'm not saying it's weird. So, what my friend will do is he'll separate things out into separate components from the drawing. So, he'll say something like, I don't know how he actually does it, but for example, we'll go, okay, this separate shape here, and then fill that in like this. It should get color. Like it'll color coordinate it. I can use any of these. I can instead of normal one, just turn down that. Okay, one shape, and then it'll go, okay, two shape, and then I guess you could do this as well. You can register where you want to mirror it, and it's just a pre-planning stage, right? So I could go like, okay, here is going to be my mirror, so we'll color that in blue. That's going to be my mirror. So we don't need to care about this side. I'm going to focus just on this side because that's going to be mirrored anyway, right? And we look at it and we go, okay, what else needs to be separate? This, nothing connects to it. This is a separate mesh. Boom. Cool. The leg, separate mesh. Boom. This part, this one board that goes across, one mesh. This actually goes across the whole thing. I can still mirror it in the middle, but it does come across the whole thing. So, the color. Yeah, boom. So now we've identified 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate components. Now, four of those will be duplicated. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. But we've also got a hidden leg back here, and we'll have a backboard that these guys sit behind. So across here, we'll have a similar board that probably comes down to the whole back of the couch to about here if we're looking from perspective. Like that. That will be behind the couch. Pretty smart. Again, this isn't how I do it. My friend probably will look at this and go, that's not quite how I do it, Steve. But it's the same principle. He will separate out into separate components to make sure he models those components. Because if you identify it earlier, you won't sit there trying to make one component out. It's like... Couch explains the whole Joker's movie. Right, now we break this part up. You want to know how I got this couch? My father was a couch salesman. So we're gonna model it in separate pieces. You can take a camera in and model it around the camera angle. That's absolutely fine. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to waste time doing that because I'm not going to save this model. So first, you can block it out into your separate components. So we've identified the separate components. We just need to break it out into them. So this is above this and it's below it. Is it in the middle? Roughly, actually. I think it's slightly that way. Higher here. I think it's still a bit lower. Cool. Boom. Now we already identified as well. We're going to mirror it in the middle. Cool. Now this can go for any model. This isn't specific to this at all. This is anything. Connect that in. We've got our bar at the bottom. Pull that up, and we've got our in-between bar. Now, preferably, we don't want it colliding with it because you will actually see it. So we do something like this. We want to do our back cushions, or we'll do our backboard first because the back cushion, yeah, this will come back further than these cushions. Not necessarily, actually. Because then you'll have your backboard. Yeah. Because then you'll have your backboard like here. Delete this. Pull this in. So we're just mirroring and clipping so we don't have to worry about getting a perfect dimension on the other side. You can pull this up to... So it's like here. And it's probably down to there. Now there's probably a board underneath all the seats as well. Just something like that. And then this will probably... In fact, this board may even come all the way back. Don't know. You can't see it from the actual reference. So we'll just do something for it. I'll clip it to the same height as that, though. Boom. And we've got something there. There you go. It looks fine. This doesn't actually look like it comes out. But it looks weird without it coming out. So I guess what actually is happening is probably something like this. I do want to stretch the backboard out just a little bit. And probably bring it up a tad. Cool. Then you'll move on to the actual cushions. Let's unclip and move them apart. Oh, did I not delete the interface? Oh, I did. Where did I just copy it from? Whatever. Yeah, don't we want the last bits of cushions here? Nice default couch. Yeah, essentially. Now, because it's a soft material, it probably will collide a little bit with the couch, but it's fine. Something like that. Probably want it a tad longer. We could just, again, big reasoning to do a block out stage is so you could just... Wait, oh, it took clipping off. I was like, what's going on? You said that we could just, like, get the right scale. Again, you can drag the reference in and work from the reference, so it's just not too big of a deal. This actually hides the entire backboard, so it's nice and snug. Same here and here. We want it to pretty much cover the whole thing. Cool, and then the last bits are just the legs. And again, we're just keeping it low poly right now because it's exactly what I've been saying. It's a block out. Nothing too fancy. Because we're going to separate everything out in a minute and start applying modifiers. And we've got a very basic blocked out couch, right? Now we need to look at certain parts to see how hard of a mesh they'll be, right? Like hard as in physically hard, not how difficult they'll be to model. So the cushions, I could probably separate those out to their own separate meshes. And we could probably start beveling edges. Select all of them as well. And Control A for scale. You'll get perfect scale on them. Probably turn that up a little bit. Do an extra one maybe. And then do a subdivide. Cool. Now, you will actually probably end up doing some modifiers and stuff to inflate them and stuff to get some wrinkles. I'm not going to do that. I'm basically just showing you how to do the basic shape. You can find plenty of tutorials out there on how to do the more advanced stuff on a couch. So I'm not going to show it here. We want this to bump out like that. Smooth. This to bump out like this. Smooth. We've got some basic shaping already to couch. We can do something like this. Maybe do something like this. Something like this. Say a bit of that. A bit of this. Or maybe soft select it. Pull maybe this part up. Like this. Maybe even inflate these parts out a little bit. Problem is I don't want it to clip. So if I inflate it, I'll probably only want to inflate it this way. Like that. And we're getting more of a rounded shape already. Looking pretty good. We could even pull this part out here. Give it more of a out shape like that. Then let's move on to the harder components. So these components are probably going to be all the same hardness. Maybe the armrest will be a bit softer, but mostly it's going to be the same hardness. So select all of those parts. Like this. Now, the couches in The Simpsons, I probably didn't even put this much time into. Because I had such a short time frame to make it. It was all about speed. And depending on the project you're making will depend on how important that speed is. You know what, with these, I kind of want to do a little bit more like that to get them a softer edge. Probably more like that, there you go. Kind of feel like this in general, and he's coming a bit out, pull him back a little bit. Okay. So I can't scale them anymore because it will intersect, that's fine. These ones, we're going to smooth them. And they've got some, like, bumpiness to them. I'd say something like this, actually, then pull it up here. It's very, very subtle because it is a very hard mesh to begin with. Again, you can turn up and down your bevel, or decrease how many bevels you have on it. So probably want something like this. Cool. And that's pretty much where we go from there. I want to finish it now, at least the basics. But like, thanks, move on to something else, Steve. No. You asked this. And then for the legs, you can actually put cylinders in if you want. But I like to use cubes. My friend finds this funny. Because I love using cubes for like everything. Because I think you can make a cube much more versatile than a lot of people realize. Oh my god, I wonder why that was looking weird. Oh, right. Right, origin points. Smooth. And boom. Oh, I ain't done that one. Boom. We got the feet. Now, the feet are way too big, but more like that, and they're a bit more slim. There you go. Oh, makes me want to pull it up even more, actually. Both of them. Yeah, that looks good. And that's basically it. And look, basic couch. Simple. I should make that a clip. Well, I didn't. It's not short enough to really be a clip. But yeah, that's how we do a couch. And then you'd go through the advanced stuff and like subdivide it a bunch of times. Oh my god. Whoa, why does that look so weird all of a sudden? Oh no, what the? Subdivide it a bunch of times, maybe not that many times, but apply everything like this, or maybe too many subdivides. Turn it down one. Turn it down, yeah, turn it down one. Something like that. Subdivide it one more time, and then you'd go into your sculpts, or you can use modifiers, create some detailing, but then you'd start creating your, like, you know, I'm already on cloth, perfect. Where do I find the settings? Sculpting? linear. Auto smooth, normal radius, hardness, strength. It's already on a tiny strength. But yeah, you'd start like doing, you know, cloth related things. That might be a bit too much, but you know what I mean? I can't believe it's doing that much on a 0.015. Maybe like a little bit here. Oh, no, select that one. Boom, and look, we have some basic cloth. That looks more like a leather pinched couch instead of the cotton one we were looking at. But yeah, and then you just add all that extra detailing. I hope you enjoyed coming to my TED Talk. We will be here next week with a second TED Talk. Okay, let's delete that. Yes, I want to get rid of the couch off my screen. Close down Photoshop. But as always, it comes down to how you approach it in the first place. If I approach every asset the exact same way, like with that, oh, we need to get back into modeling. Like with that, I approach that the same way I do any model. I would look at it, break it down into its separate components, start modeling those components how I need to, mirror it where I can mirror it, and just work from there. Start adding your details one little bit at a time. Start with a block out, work out your detailing. I mostly start out with a block out, in my opinion, in my experience, I usually start off with block out. Let's put you guys over here so I'm actually looking at you. When I want to continue using that block out all the way through the end. I'm not the kind of person who would block out something using shapes that I'm just going to delete. I would rather, like I just did there, show you the block out, then use all those shapes from the block out to make the finalized result as well, if that makes sense. But you don't have to do it that way. If you want to block out something using basic shapes and then you want to delete, and then you want to slowly create more intense shapes and then replace those with those shapes, that's fine too. It's all personal preference. At the end of the day, that's all 3D art is. It's personal preference. You're welcome, by the way, Funky. It's all personal preference, and it's whatever you feel comfortable with. If you say, Steve, I don't agree with that, I'm more comfortable doing it this way, you go ahead and do that. It's all up to you. The world is your oyster. So we need a blade in there. I probably want to do like an interior to this. It's like I said last week, though. I was struggling really hard to actually... Oh, I probably don't need the bottom. To make the most basic assets. And sometimes you'll have weeks like that, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine. You won't always have perfect weeks where every model feels like it's easy to make. Every model feels like you're putting barely any effort in. That can happen to some people. Some people are very talented and they can feel like they're always like doing amazing. I don't. I like to think I have a pretty consistent modeling, but when it comes to texturing, when it comes to detailed stuff, I sometimes struggle. I say it like I'm a master. I sometimes struggle. Oh wait, what did I do? Separate you out. I don't see any beveling happening. Oh my god. Wait, why did I delete it from there? They're separate objects. Oh, because that's what I had selected. Right, because at the top I noticed a second line forming. That's probably where the two bevels are meeting. So what I want to do, down like this, probably do only one. And there we go, we get a nice edge to it. Sweet. Kind of like a puzzle. Yeah, exactly like a puzzle. I feel like I need to make these less tall. I feel like I went a little overboard. I just hope things that I tell you guys, you know, you take in and you use. I can actually help some of you guys. Because that's all I'm here for. I stream because I want to help you guys get better. Do you remember the render I showed you last week? I thought the sofa was not that good, so I hid it with pillows, and I thought I modeled it wrong, but it seems I was not wrong. Yeah, like, in one hand, there's no right way to model. If it works as an asset, it works as an asset. You don't need to worry. But equally, I model the way I model because, one, it's better for games in general, it's better for workflow, better for speed, and it's just better for UV mapping and better for texturing when things are converted and or merged. I've said it like a million times, like, make something the same way it's made in real life. Agreed. My earbuds that I've had for like 3 years. MPOW, not sponsored. So when we look at this, some people may just model that. Now it depends if you want to make an interior. You can just make that, but if you want to make the interior, you've got this, right? Now most people would model. Hey, Muhammad, how's it going, man? Most people will probably model the earbuds separately, but let's just look at the earbuds. The earbuds, if we're thinking of a real life scenario, have at the very least, if we were going minimal but still separating it out, one piece, that's the actual earbud bit. So now this looks like this. Oh, this looks like this. Put that back on. And this part, in real life, is a separate mesh. I just took it off. So when you're 3D modeling it in the engine, why not actually just make it separate? If they're making it separate in real life, it's probably because it's easier to make it that way. So it'd be easy to make it that way in 3D as well. Does that make sense? I will always try to stress that you should be modeling something the same way it's modeled in real life. As I said before, some other artists may disagree with me, and they might have good reason to, but it's how I've always 3D modeled. It's how I think it should be made. And when I look at a lot of smart people in the industry, they kind of come out with the same things. Makes sense totally. I reiterate it all the time, so you may have already heard me talk about that funky, but for anyone new joining the chat, hearing me for the first time, I think that's really important. I think you will never be satisfied early on in the 3D modeling stage until you start separating things out, because you'll find it so difficult to do it otherwise. I overly stress that point, but I truly think it's important to tell you guys that's how I think you should be doing it, because I think you will be more proud of your work when you make your work easier for yourself. I mean, at the end of the day, put it this way, if someone came up to you and was like, it took you 2 weeks to make a blender and you made it all one mesh, and someone came up to you like, oh, look what I made in a day, and they made the exact same mesh but separate pieces, you'd probably be like, oh man, this took me 2 weeks. Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna put that in there. Yeah, it's a point I talk about a lot, but I just want to make you guys aware that that's how I feel about it, and that's how I think you guys will find the most progress. So I want you guys to find progress. I want you guys to be proud of your models and be proud of your work and enjoy what you're doing, because that, at the end of the day, is one of the most important things, that you enjoy the work you're doing. I wouldn't be a 3D artist if it wasn't what I wanted to do as a job. That's just the simple fact of it. Let's actually get a real blender up here, because I can't remember what the interior of a blender actually looks like, not at the top of my head. Blender interior, that's not going to be taken apart, right? Oh no, I'm going to get like cooking blender. I'm getting like Blender the software, or like a cooking blender blades. I want to see. Oh, I was kind of right. It kind of does kind of like this. It looks like it does something like this first. I'm going to sleep now. Thanks for showing me the sofa modeling, and I was not wrong after all. Have a nice stream, Steve. Have a good one, man. Long time no see, my friend. Oh, sorry, Mohammed. I didn't see that. You commented on my boat scene. I was very happy about that. That was really nice, yeah. I remember it was very nice. It was a compliment. You complimented my work, which is always awesome to hear. Oh god. To hear from you guys. Because at the end of the day, I make this stuff for you guys. So when you guys say to me, Steve, that's great work, I'm like, thanks, guys. What have you been up to, Mohammed, sorry. Anything 3D? What did I do? Why does that look like such a weird shape? Do you see that? Oh, it's still got a center. There you go. Like that. We probably want to... Oh, actually, it comes down because you have like 3 blades across the whole thing. And then we want blades. Let's get the image. I'm getting chest pains again. Oh. I mean, I say again, they never really stopped, but... To see, they're all different. I'm going to assume it looked more like... I don't know, actually. Okay, first of all, I need to bring this... Well, actually, no, that probably kind of looks like, doesn't it? I just need to make it a bit more tighter. It's almost more than a year about 3D modeling. Oh, no! Why is that? You've probably said to me before, but I can't remember. That's such a shame, man. Actually, it looks something more like... But I am feeling I want to go back to it. Nice. Hello there. Hey, man. How's it going? Seb. If you don't mind me calling you that. Seb. Looks more like this. Even thinner. It looks more like this. And then the blades come underneath with circles cut in the middle, which I don't technically need to do. So if I just get like squares or planes. Wait, let me isolate. That's not isolate. Isolate, there you go. I don't think it's called isolate in Blender. Plane. Where are you? Why are you going off in that direction? Where are you? What? Cursor to active. Plane. There we go. It must have been like over there or somewhere. This should be in the center, hopefully. Somehow inverted it. Okay. Nice. And then it's got like this, and then the blades come basically up. It kind of comes out a little bit. Doing great. How are things going here? Pretty good, pretty good. I'll show you in a second how far we're getting. It looks like that. We're just making a blender right now. Don't know how long today's stream's going to be. I've had a very, I wouldn't say tough couple of weeks, but my work right now has been very demanding. It looks like that. It doesn't look right, though. I think I need to pull this in more. Definitely messed up there. This part, let me unsmooth those edges. It definitely needs to be like this more. Yeah, like this, and then sharpened edges like that. There you go. And then I assume as we come up here, we just sharpen it, right? I've seen Seb here before, I'm pretty sure anyway. He's gonna be like, no, I've never been there before. But just to reiterate, probably, what do you do, Seb? Are you also 3D artist? Oh, I can't do it that way, really? Guess I could do this and then merge center like that to make the blade. I've been here before. Yeah, I'm studying 3D art. Yeah, I was gonna say, I definitely remember. So we could actually do a sharp thing like that. This is very micro detailing. I really don't need to put this much detail into this part. But yeah, that was actually blade-like over there. I hate making things actually come to a sharp point, because nothing in reality will ever be to an actual like vertice point. But with such a small object, I don't think it's going to bother me too much. Don't think so anyway. Can I put an edge loop in here now? No, I don't think it would be able to. And these technically usually look different as they go down, but because I don't want to continue doing lots of extra detailing than I need to, what we're going to do, first of all, is I need to pull these back, because it looks like this stays one, like a single edge like that, and it comes out like this. Probably can make it a little bit thinner. Nah, it looks quite thick, but then it usually comes down. And then you get one like this, and then sometimes you get 3, sometimes you get 2. If we do want a third one, do this, and then we do another spin. Now, how do they not hit each other? Because they do kind of do that. Like, the ones underneath do also come up. Oh, because they're larger. Right, so one stays interior like this. Ah, that's clever. As it goes down, they get larger. So that way, when they spin, they're not hitting each other. That's not correct. It needs to be pulled down. There you go. And we got our blender. Ho, ho, ho. I've not given them enough room. Or I've not put them close up together. There you go. And we got that. I kind of want to make it a bit more evenly spread. There you go. They all go the same direction, I guess, because they're all spinning that direction. Anyways, I'll show you what I've been modeling so far. So if you've not seen the actual scene in a while, we've updated. I can't full screen it because unfortunately you lag. I can check if it's still lagging. It is still lagging. It doesn't lag for me. I want to clarify. Like if we go stat FPS, I'm getting like 92 FPS. But if I full screen, we get still 70, 80. But for you guys, it looks like about 1 frame per second, because OBS doesn't seem to enjoy Lumen. So we've got this room, we've got micro detailing stuff. We changed actually the way that couch looked. It used to be a bit more curved. This room's the same. Still not great quality. I want to improve this room quite drastically, but we'll get around to that at some point. No upstairs yet, but we have made all the other rooms at the very least, like the basics. Garage will be here. Side door will be here, and the downstairs to the basement will be here. Laid out the kitchen. We've got some assets in here already, not textured. We've got micro sort of, or can't full screen it. Some micro detailing. The quality would actually be better, but I've also halved the screen percentage. So like stuff like this, stuff like this. Got down here some extra bits. We've got like that kind of stuff. Very fun. And we're going to continue that detailing as we go along. Now, because it's Simpsons, I'm still trying to keep things kind of cartoony shapes. Like, we've still got the telly. Like, that could exist in real life, even though it looks kind of not quite right. Which I think's the style we're going to attempt to go for. So it's not going to be realistic. It's going to be... I like to think 70% realistic and then a 30% cartoony, because the shapes and colors aren't going to quite look right. But that's fine. And if we come into Blender, after itching my nose, looks really good so far, thanks. We've actually got a bunch of assets done for in here. We're just not importing them yet. Well, or textured them. But we've got all the cupboard spacing done. I've actually got interiors to them too. Probably would need shelving in them, but that's fine for now. So they actually all have interiors. The only ones that don't have interiors are under the sink, which looks like this. But I could put an interior in there. I'm just being lazy. Yeah. So now... Oh, does this have an interior? So does the oven, but I also don't have the shelves or anything in here. So I need to do that too. I'd like to make it look like the oven is on, because it'd be nice to see the lumen lighting bouncing in there, like having a light back here. And then some sort of food in there. I think will look really cool. I think we've got interior to here as well. Yeah, the fridge has an interior too. So again, we need to put shelves and stuff in there, but... I would like to have it so we have some cupboards slightly ajar. You can see little funny Easter eggs in them because it is The Simpsons. But then we've got all these assets on the side that we've made. Was that inverted? That's not correct. That's inverted. There you go. The same over here on the wall. Was it inverted here too? It looks inverted, I think. Yeah. Cool. Turn off shadow to make it run a bit faster. There you go. Yeah, so we're doing the blender at the moment. This is all I'm going to get done today at this point, but that's fine. Because we'll try to do a better stream on Sunday. Like I said, I've had a very, very... not stressful week. Not week, sorry. Like, month. But this week's particularly because it's, like, deadline for stuff. But I wouldn't call it stressful. It's just more heavier on the workload this week. I don't like to call that more stressful. A lot of people would call that more stressful. But for me, it's just a higher workload. If I have a higher workload, I want to relax more. And I don't want to do as much actual 3D work because I do it at my job. I think it's because as well, when I start using the word stressful, it like increases how much stress I can feel. But when I'm just like, nah, it's not stressful, it's just some extra work, it makes me feel a bit better. You know what I mean? This I started making thinner and thinner, but honestly, it really shouldn't be. I should thicken this back out, because if I look at the original, that's what it looks like. So I kind of trolling myself there. Where are the blades? Are the blades part of this? Hide. What? Huh? Maybe the blades are part of that. Are the blades a separate mesh? They're a separate mesh, right? I was like, where have they gone? I'm going to play Steam Deck in bed tonight. Very exciting. What are you going to do in bed? I'll just play Steam Deck. Oh. Fair enough. Cool. Looking good. Lid on top. Looking good too. Handle. This definitely needs to be taller here. Like more... Wow, actually. Oh, no, that's fine. More like this. It's got lines in it, but I think that should be texture. I also think I should have made it so it comes up. Let's do that. There you go. Turn off connected. Did I actually click it? I did. Bring that down a little bit and then bring you out a bit like that. Yeah, that already makes the shape look better. Cool. I'm putting this really weird detailing in this, I don't know why. Have you made anything cool, Seb? I want to see. If you guys ever want to share out, we actually had a day where you guys were sending me portfolios and asking me to review them. That was really, really fun. I'd love to do that. Unfortunately, we don't have enough active users to make a weekly thing out of that. But that'd be super fun, even if we're doing it like here and there. Like that, just it was good time. I know that everyone wants their stuff reviewed, so it's not like I'm gonna force anyone to do it. That was super good. We'll do that. What if we say this? And we do a bit of this. Oh, why did I isolate it? This is gonna bring everything else back when I do that now. Make sure it collides with it. This, there you go. Shouldn't be coming through the interior because we have a slight thickness to it. Oh, but it would be glass. Might look weird. How would I do the handle attached to glass and it not look weird? Let's look at some reference. the ones, right? How have I removed it again? Cooking. My hair's like right in front of my face. So how does the handle usually look on this? I have a feeling it's going to look what I think it's going to look like. Yeah, the whole side just gets like a plastic rim. But I kind of don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. It looks like the best way. So what it kind of does is, like in this case, it'll come from the top, right? So it comes down like this. Then you get these parts in, and this would come down and attach to that essentially. So if we delete this, and then connect these up, so we'll just do merge. We'll do merge, lowest, as I select them one at a time. That's not... This is happening a lot in my scenes, in my Blender document. Why is that not smoothing properly? That is not how smoothing is supposed to look. But yeah, Chris is fine. But that should be smoothing it from here, but it's not. I've noticed this a lot recently. Only in this Blender document, though. Weirdly enough. If I do that, we'll get kind of a fix anyway. But I have noticed I'm getting that weird issue. It's still kind of having a little bit of trouble there. Is it because of the bevel? Oh, maybe it's the bevel settings then. No. Because it shouldn't do that, at least I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't feel like I come across that very often. Aha! Is that what I'm looking for? Oh my god. Well, that's awesome. Look at the freaking middle. No, that looks like a blender. Wait, did I just undo one of them? So that one's to arc seems it. No, that does not fix it because it breaks there. Oh well. I don't know why it does it because that just feels weird, but... Okay, sorry. Modern art, thank you. If you get connected to the wrong verts... Sorry. I don't think it is because I've had this problem quite a few times. What do you mean the wrong verts? You think there's like interior ones? It's like... That's clearly attached to the right verts, is it not? Looks like it's on the right verts. I mean, I wouldn't be getting smooth edge loops if it wasn't, right? I'm currently on summer break, so I'm not doing as much 3D as I used to. I did do the GMTK, which was a lot of fun. Game Maker stuff. I have no idea what it means, but... maybe overlapping verts or not. I don't know. It doesn't seem... I mean, if I go merge by distance, it'll merge any overlapping verts, which is not. Yeah, I think it is just Blender being weird, because I've done this a million times before, and... Look, here, only in this document, I'm noticing we're getting weird errors. You know what it kind of looks like? Like, there's interior faces, but we know there's not. Like, we know there's not. There's nothing here. It's definitely coming from the bevels, because that looks kind of smooth now. And I would say, oh, maybe it's because we need to be beveling afterwards, but definitely not, because the whole point of beveling is to make the subdivided not as rough. So I don't know, very strange. We can't, like I said, we can fix it by just doing this. Even then, that doesn't give us the best results. Look, we're getting like a weird interior thing here. Because what I was going to do is just do this, do this, do this. And we get like a plastic edging to it. Nope. I should really connect it to the glass, but yeah. That, I feel like, is the best way to do it. But obviously having those issues. Oh no, you can't do it like that, because that's the lid. That needs to come off. Delete the modifier and add it again. Oh, good point. It needs to be before it. Pull this down. No, still does it. But as I just realised, it can't be part of that because that's the lid. So I think you're right. I think making it part of the glass is probably the better way to do it. I think you just said that. I think so. If I do this, this, and the grid fill. What if I don't select that and I do grid fill? Oh, it does it as well. I feel like it does, but I was checking. Maybe it's because there's an end on here. I feel like that shouldn't be doing that still, though. Okay, so enough for distracting myself. Let's instead grab the glass. Into glass. We'll actually apply the subdivide. Good. Oh, you've got to apply both, sorry. We'll apply the bevel and the subdivide. We'll grab the areas we want to make like a plastic edge. We'll do this. Why is it not gone as high here? What the heck? Okay, whatever. Cool. We want to mark sharp those edges. Sweet. And then here we create our handle. What do the Simpsons look like? Okay, so the bottom part. That's a thick bottom to the handle. Okay, that is not having a good time. Let's try that again. There you go. Bottom part comes curving around a bit more. We can actually just do 1, 2. And we can actually make it thinner. Because it makes sense to make it thick at the base. Because it's where it connects. And we have it thinner as it comes along. Put it along here. And then we can smooth it like that in a minute. Pull this guy flatter first and up. So about here. And then here, it basically just goes straight up. Comes to this part. I could probably do something like this. And then what we can do... Okay, how did I do that? It's because I selected just the edges. Do something like this. Move that over. Probably not the best way to do it, but we'll have a look to see when I do some bevels and stuff. So if I said you and then do grid fill... No. But if I do you, and then do it... I thought you said Shift F, did it not? Or Control F. Control F. Oh. Grid fill. No. So I'm going to do it manually. Well, you don't have to do it manually, just do that, and you can do a bridge instead. Cool. Now we need to pull this part out here. Like that. Now we can do like a bevel. Bevel here and here. No, that doesn't look good at all. I would smooth it, which looks pretty good. Then we get lots of edge loops in there, but I guess we could always remove some of those later. I could. So it smooths a lot down here. I kind of want to do something more like this. I think like this, but I should be bringing it in more like this, more like that. That looks close to the shape. If we look, so pull that in probably more, pull you in even more again. If we look, it just comes out fast here, then it goes up and then in. Fast up in. Looking good. I could bring that there or bring that there to make that part sharper if I wanted to. And then probably add some extra edge loops here to give it a bit more of a smooth. Cool. Oh, right, it's going to smooth this part too. That's annoying. Turn that down. We want to select all of that, and then do a crease to keep that part sharp. Cool. Might possibly want to do it here as well. Yeah, probably. Crease it to keep it sharp. I want to duplicate that, so I won't apply it yet. Sharp. Cool. Now I also want to turn this up because I want that whole handle to still stay smooth, and then I want this part to stay sharp, like that. Still want that part to be smooth. Wait, no, that's fine. Just something like that. So you pick that up for the whole thing. That makes sense. And then if we actually look inside, you get the blender blades. Yeah, I think that works. We just need a button on it somewhere. Maybe I should pull that part in, and then we have a button just here. I mean, it's not a realistic blender shape anyway. I'm just copying the Simpsons. Or maybe I'll have a button here. Yeah, so I'll keep that part like that to give me room. Do you guys think I should go to CEX, trade in Pokemon Shield, and get Zelda Breath of the Wild? And that's a random thing. Do a rocker switch. Oh, well, like a... I assume a rocker switch is like this, right? Where they... Ooh. Yes, I should do that, okay. I wasn't that into Pokemon. I've never been that into Pokemon. I played Red, Yellow. So kind of the same gen. Yellow was a little different. I played Crystal. Then I played Ruby. Then I stopped playing Pokemon for like years and years and years. I played some of the other ones too, like Stadium Coliseum, but I'm talking about the main ones. Because Ruby, all of them felt like the same game. And some of you can say to me, no, Steve, you're wrong. They're not the same game, not the same game. Nah, to me, they're the same game. Every year, or every time they release it, it feels like the exact same game with slightly updated graphics. That's just because they basically are, right? But when I saw Pokemon Shield, it was full 3D. You can go run into Pokemon in the wild and stuff like that. And I thought that was really, really cool. But then they, like, halved all the Pokemon. They didn't have all the Pokemon in the game. And I thought that was a little bit of a cop-out. I feel like I'm still too loud. I can see myself peaking. Just turn off that. That should work. Yeah, and I thought, yeah, that's a bit of a cop-out. So, yeah, I thought Shield was good. But then I played it, and I got kind of bored on that. Because, again, it just felt like the same game. So I kind of should just go trade it in. I've had it for, like, 2 years now. 3 years now. But it still keeps its value, because it's a Nintendo game. As much as it's annoying that Nintendo games never go down in price, equally, it means you can trade them in for higher amounts than you would usually trade in after years. Yeah, rocker switch is like this, right? And then you do this, and then it's like that. And then you press this side down. I don't know if that's actually how it's shaped. Oh, wow. That's definitely not how it's shaped. Do you see how I shaped that? What? The illusion. It's like this. Then when you, like, put this part down, right, make that part go straight. Does it mean the shape of it is actually like this? Because then when that part goes down and straight, these two sides go straight. Like that. So it gives the impression it goes from... So let me do it in one swift movement. So from here to here. So you got like... So you'd be ignoring that part entirely. So you go like that. And then it will just go like that. Is that kind of how they're shaped? I actually have no idea if that's how they're shaped. I just think that's an interesting concept. I still haven't really got enough room there, though. That's the only part that's bothering me about this design. Is there's not enough room to put any of that in. I said Mewtwo appeared. A wild Mewtwo appeared. Yeah, look, it's just so small if we keep it in the dimensions that's going. Well, I guess we could do it about that big. Kind of looks like it'd work. It is just a blender. I don't need to add all of this extra detailing. I just realised that this part isn't even flat. Because I probably scaled it earlier without doing it on the axes I needed to. What is it with it going on that green axis? Every time I go to scale something recently. Let's just do a bevel here manually. Auto opens in order. I think I want to sharpen those up a little bit. Like that. Giving me a bit more room to have some wiggle room with that. Maybe even make it bigger. I then could... because we actually don't need those bottom bits. I was just saying, I wonder if that's how it works. Because we're probably never going to animate this. So we can probably just flatten it. Bring it up. Get one of these, flatten that. Add this. Probably like this. Like this. Like this. Flat. Like, oh, Seb, did you get to see my my last scene finished? I feel like you've been here, or you were close to seeing it finished. Something like I've wrote a comment on it. Did you see? Oh, you know what? We won't do that. We will do a modifier bevel. So we don't have to do any of the hard work. Oh, that's all it's giving me. Maybe we won't do a modifier bevel. I'll do one myself. I don't actually want it too big, to be fair. Oh. Oh, you know what? What I should have done is this shouldn't even be connected. I was just doing it that way because it felt easier. I saw you on ArtStation, but I was away when you were doing the stream. Ah, that's a shame. It was really fun scene to make. I hope you enjoyed the video of it. If you haven't left a comment, you should. Now, if you want to tell me a comment about it now, that'd be fantastic. I'd love to hear how you feel about it. At the end of the day, as I said earlier, I'm here for you guys. I'm here to make things for you guys. So I want to hear what you guys think about the projects and if you enjoyed how they went or if you enjoyed the end result. So we actually should probably just make this a flat surface. Actually, if I control F, grid fill, there you go. Cool. Now, what I could do. I put way too much effort into making this. That should have been far easier, but now what I want to do is bevel the whole thing. Like that. There you go. And smooth it. And then put on a weighted normal and this. And this. There you go. And then bring you up a tad. And we got this little off and on switch. If we then, what I like to do when I'm making an asset like this with a lot of modifiers is we duplicate it, send it miles away, and we can always grab it later, reselect it on here now. Convert to mesh, combine. Wow, it's inverted all normal, so that's interesting. That. Cool, and we've got our finished thing. It's a bit high poly, but that's fine. Probably want to. It doesn't need to be scaled down. No, that's probably the right size. See, like this part doesn't look like this. It looks like it comes in, but I need the room to put a switch on that. I could have put a switch on the side, but it doesn't feel right. Oh, wow. Thank you, Seb. I thought that was going to be, in general, there could be some improvements on the color variation of this, but no, just very impressive. The amount of detail is insane. Thank you so much. Why didn't it apply the weighted normals in that? Yeah, and then there'll be a lead leading in the back. And that's everything on the counter, right? Well, we need like a little handle thingy here. I've done this terribly. This is way stubbier. I wonder if I could just sort of adjust it now. This is way stubbier. And here is way more curved, like that. In fact, maybe even more. And this part, similarly. Not quite what I'm looking for. I mean, it looks already better, but still not there. I probably don't need that edge loop. Delete edge loop. The edge loop. Right, they're probably fine, because I still need some of that. What I could do, actually, is do this. And it's stubbier. It's way stubbier. This all here, I don't know how easy this would be, but this all here needs to come in. No, it's not that easy. What I can do then is try my best. Why is it not rotating around its origin point? Like here. Local. Or is it that one? It's that one. Media point. Active element. That's the active element. Okay, why don't we then instead do cursor to active? Move around 3D cursor. There you go. Get it nice and straight if I can. Cool. Now, if I make it stubbier, actually, will it reach the sink? Because that's a concern. I need it to look at least somewhat realistic. Yeah, we've got loads of room to work with. I need to tap on. I was about to say I need a tap on it, but that was what I was gonna say when I went over that. I need to put a tap on it, but then I realized how bad the shape was, so I wanted to fix it. Maybe it's one of those automatic things, you know, with the sensor. Seems right. I like those. Like when you go to the bathroom, you just like, and it's like, whoosh. Very high tech, very swag. Yeah, super stubby. Like, it doesn't look right, but then if you look at here, look how stubby that looks. So I'm not going to complain. That's how it looks. I'm going to make it the way it looks. That's the whole point to recreating a scene. Even that looks more correct than what I had going on. Okay. Now, one other thing is this. Weirdly enough, looks way longer, but equally it does this as it gets to the edges. Yeah, 100%. This part actually doesn't exist. It looks like it, in their drawing, it looks like it does this. But I don't think that looks as good. Or does it? That doesn't look too bad. It kind of looks like it gets bulbous as it goes down here. I like that word, bulbous. So like... like this as it comes down. Like it's thicker at the bottom. Yeah? You know what? I think it needs to get bulbous more like that. Yeah, more gradually. Having them on toilets is the worst though. My work has the sensor flushes and it just goes off every 30 seconds. Gives you a spritzen. A spritzen. That is actually kind of annoying. I get that. We have one of those at home, but we took the batteries out because it was annoying. A spritzen. Gives you a spritzen. I mean, I've probably said that term before. Yeah, I mean... I don't think I've ever had that. I like the ones where it's got like the sensor on the wall. Like you're on a can. You're on the can. Not on a can. You're on the can. And you're like sitting here over going to the toilet or whatever. But then here, there's a sensor. So when you stand up, you turn around and you just put your hand over the sensor and it flushes the toilet. I like that. Any reason to not touch the nasty toilet that hundreds of people have touched, thousands, I think it's a benefit. But admittedly, if you're getting water splash up on you, that sounds very uncomfortable as well. I do my own little thing where I grab about 2 to 3 bits of toilet roll, fold it a tiny bit, drop it down the toilet, and it creates like a little layer, and it catches anything that goes into it. And I haven't had any splashback in a decade, if not longer. I do that too. It's a great idea. I remember saying it to my friend in uni, and they were like, "Oh my god, that's brilliant! You could turn that into a product." And I was like, honestly, I was kind of like, other people don't do that. I just assumed that's what kind of everybody did. Felt like the right thing to do. So the way that the tap looks, it kind of just goes like this. Oh yeah, pretty much that. A little bit more correction than that, but then it gets like a little bit like this, and a little bit like that. And this part, these parts probably should, well, first of all, this part at the bottom needs to be deleted to be sharp like that. And then I probably just need to do this, merge last, this, like that. Oh, do I want it like that actually? I guess I could, and then I just bevel one edge. No, bevel both edges. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe too many bevels? It's already smoothing it. Definitely needs to be... Is that actually a circle? Is that a perfect square? That's not a perfect square. Right? Am I crazy? It looks like it needs to go... I have to test this now. Oh, it's not far off. This needs to be a little bit more that way. Cool, that's basically a perfect square now. Cool. Then lastly, I think I want a little bit of a decrease of size. I feels like it needs to go like this more, doesn't it? Oh, no, I guess... Oh, it looks odd. And then it only has the one. I assume it's one of the ones where you do this to it, and then you just lift it and turn it left for cold, right for hot, and then you move your sink over. I still think it would look better if I do one either side, though, so I'm going to do that. Because it's my rules, and I get to do what I want. Even though I literally said I'm trying to replicate the scene as much as possible, I do think it would look better with that. It doesn't matter where they turn, and the reason for that is they only turn on when you pull them up, which technically means they're the ones that do this. They have like... Oh, how do they do it? Wait. They get like a ball, don't they? It kind of looks like this, right? And then when you pull that up, it only rotates that part. We do this, and then do... It's never actually going to move, so I don't care. But if I do this, kind of looks like it has that leeway to lift it now, right? Now, I just mirrored it, so I've got to redo that now. But now that kind of looks like it, which is all I really care about, is that it kind of works. Apply that. That's going to annoy me. Let me align it and pull it out. I feel like they need to be pulled way more down. Like here. And then... Oh, wait, no, because you won't have to rotate it left and right for hot and cold. Looks like he wants a fight. What the... These? If that's the way, then they both need to be straight. Because you never need to rotate left and right. Like that. And then you lift that up to turn it on. Oh, I guess in that case, you don't need that little divot I made, right? Because to turn it off and on, you could just pull it in and out. Instead of going up and down. That makes sense. I can't undo it anymore now, though, because I've gone too far, so we'll leave it the way we've got it. Cool. Draining rack. The only thing we need left is a draining rack. Now, the reason I didn't make a draining rack yet, because if you look at a draining rack, I just want a full plastic one. Yeah, that's what it looks like it is. They're usually the most colorful as well, and it's what, pink. So, yeah, if you look at a draining rack, they are like one shape. They are a very awkward mesh to make. So that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I don't think that'd be too difficult, but I'd like to make a proper looking one. I probably might do it. I will likely do it with Boolean. Right? It feels like that'd be the easiest way. But yeah, I'm not going to do that today. Probably do this one. This one looks easier. I'm not going to do that today. We'll be streaming for an hour, 40 minutes, and I want to play some games and then go to bed. And I woke up early today, and I didn't get much sleep last night, so I haven't got much time left to do that. If you just make the tub and fill it with plates, you won't even be able to tell. But if I make it so you can fly around the scene eventually, which I'm trying to do on my boat scene, I just need to get the performance better because it's really low performance. I know I've got not a ray tracing card, but still, I want to try to get it better. Yeah, I would like to make it so you can eventually fly around or walk around, depending on if I might make Homer a walkable character. How fun would that be? Because if to Seb, look at this, Seb. My friend is doing like a Simpsons remake, and if we look, he was asking me to do some high poly versions of Homer. I didn't make it. He ripped the files from Hit and Run. and he was like, "Here you go, Steve. Make Homer." So he's a bit small. How do you increase build size for skeletal meshes? Build? No, there is a way to do it, but it's not called build size. Screen size? No, that's LODs. There is a way to do it. I'm just going to scale them up in here. Lock it. I think it's 1.25. It looks about right. And we've got a high poly Homer from Simpsons Hit and Run. He's rigged as well. I just don't have any animations for him. It might need to be even bigger, right? 1.4? Well, no, because when he sits down, he'll take up too many seats. Well, no, his butt would fit in one seat there, and he's a fat guy, so that probably is about right. But we could always make it fun by walking around as the character. Yo, that's so cool. That looks cool. How will they fit on the couch, though? We can rig it and make him sit on the couch properly. Well, he's already rigged. I just need a sitting animation. In fact, if I actually go on to mixer mode. Ugh. Sorry, fled me through. Ugh. Log in. Just log in with Facebook, it's quicker. Let me go. Upload character. I got Bart in as well. I'll actually show you that too. Bart. The arms aren't attached because in Hit and Run they're not attached. Because all I did was up the resolution. Because these used to be way less resolution. Like, I think I subdivided it twice. It's actually on my latest YouTube video. I showed quickly how to up-res some low poly characters. Like, he's like, look how smooth his fingers look. Same Bart. Oh, even then, I could have probably subdivided Bart one more time. They look a little bit sharp. Okay, so where's Homer? Mixmo. Sorry, Mixmo. I always call it Maxmo. Homer, SKB, right? So if you've not seen mix mode before, it's basically loads of motion captured, I guess that's what I'm looking for. Animations that they have on Adobe, and I don't know if you can use them commercially free. Is mixer mode commercially free? Yes, available for limited duration as is available free without license or royalty fees for unlimited use in both commercial and non-commercial. That's cool. His normals get inverted. I don't know why, because they look fine in the engine. You can use it with an Adobe account. So I appreciate it. Yes. So yeah, like I said, his normals get inverted, which is kind of sad. But we can then apply animations to Homer. Oh, actually, you know what? Oh, what? I want the full animation. Woo! Oh, he slightly goes too far in the ground. Oh my god, he's going for it. His head's a little too big, though. You can see him slightly clipping through the ground. Oh, that one's good. Let's have a check of this one. Oh, look at him go. I was perfectly looped. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And then all you gotta do is download without skin, yeah, because we just want the animation. Frames, sure. Keyframe reduction, nope, download. And I should be able to drag that into my Unreal document as an animation. Aha. Yeah, I want to use the Homer skeleton. Yeah, get off my screen. So it just looks like this. It says import animation. Import, and it should, with that skeleton attached to it, just import as an animation. So now, if I go use animation on him and do this, he should work in engine. Yeah, look at him go. Let me... Oh, it's going to be way laggy for you. Wait, here you go. Let's remember to be laggy for you on full screen. Oh, hey, mate, come on. Are you finding UE5 is better than 4? I think so, yeah. There's some annoyances, but in general, I would say it's better. Just in general. I should have that in my bottom left. I should, like, green screen him out and let's have a dancing Homer in the bottom left while I animate this scene. That's actually a really good idea. It clicks like over there. I want to make a Gyaza of this in general. No, I'm selecting the floor. So it's like over there. I can cut up the GIF, it's fine. Cool. But we could do it with any animation. So if I wanted one of Homer laying down, I could probably put him on the couch if they have some in Mixmo. Oh, whoops. Laying. Make a YouTube short. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Well, if I... You know what? Why don't we do this, then? If I want to make it a YouTube short... I'm going to have to make it full screen and be laggy for you guys. Where do you think I should put him? Just like here where I had him, like by the front door. You can see his shadow interacting with it. How do you deselect things? UE4 deselect everything. Press escape. No, I can't press escape because it will stop the thingy. Is that right click? Click on the point. Escape will just think. Click on the pointer. The pointer? What do you mean the pointer? I've done it before. There is a shortcut for it. You know, I've moved to the top while up here. No, it's not because it's selected. It just like changes the thingy. That's like QWER. And I can't click on it to deselect either. G. Oh, wow. G does work. Nice. All right. Let's go to scene or to just scene. How do I make this a short? A short needs to be like a phone resolution, right? Annoyingly. Well, can shorts be shorts? Because wait, no, shorts can be normal resolution, right? Am I mad? YouTube shorts resolution. No, it's got to be a 9:16 ratio. Yeah, it's got to be a tall one because it's supposed to be for phones. They have to be portrait. Yeah, yeah. So what's the best way of doing this? Just keep Homer in the middle, so he's just portraited there. Maybe I should put him on the carpet so that way he's got an entire scene behind him. Maybe next to the couch. Is he floating off the ground? Just a little bit. Okay, it's going to be very laggy for you guys. But there you go. And I'll... Oh, wait. Someone can't even clip it because it's going to be laggy on the stream. Hold on a minute. I'm going to have to Gyazo it. Yeah, I'm going to have to Gyazo it. Alright, that's probably super laggy for you guys. There we go. We got some Homer. Oh my god, Homer. Jesus. Alright. That'll be the end of the stream. I will make a short of that because I think it'd be hilarious. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And maybe I should put him on the TV. That'd be so funny. Yeah, a video, sorry, the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And I'll catch you on Sunday. So in 2 days. So I want to play some games. And I want to have a chill day tomorrow. I'm going to play some driving games tomorrow. It's going to be fun. And yeah, see you guys then. Bye. Oh, let me put my camera up so you can see me. Bye.